Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Friday, the 24th of April. It's 58 degrees here in Hampstead, Maryland. And we're getting ready to start here. Let me get my text-to-speech working. I have to wait for that YouTube connection to be good, and then boom, there it is. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. We're good to go. All right, we have 2 deliveries today, Lenny's and then What a Day. They are both in the van, so we got one big trip. Gonna try to get back before Bob. Fridays are the morning that Bob goes to Restaurant Depot, and he just left maybe 10 minutes ago. We'll see if we can get back before he's done. Lights are on, and we are about to pursue some happiness. Here we go. "58 degrees. Did I say that? It feels nice outside. Friday morning, we got the Friday morning lighter than usual crowd. I see them to my left. I don't like to jump out in front of the commuters, as we all know. Let them get to work as quickly as possible. There you go. I gotta use my turn signal more, you know what I mean? Let's commit to that. I was off yesterday. I didn't do anything. Well, I think I made a short in the morning, but that was it. And then I was done. Oh, and I finally figured out how to set the thumbnail on a short in YouTube. You can't do it on the desktop. And they always tell you you have to do it on the mobile device. So I've tried it in the past. Could never figure it out, but I figured it out yesterday. So I went, because the video that I posted yesterday morning, it's just a silly one. It was about, we had a discussion on Wednesday about, my first car and some other stuff. So I wanted to put some pictures online, and I figured the best way to do it was just to include them in a short. But I didn't like the picture, the thumbnail that they picked. And I couldn't figure out, I'm determined to figure out how to change this. And I did, I figured it out. So then I went into like some of the other shorts that I've posted in the past, where I was really unhappy with the thumbnail, and I fixed all of them. So that was my big accomplishment for the day. Other than that, I really didn't do anything. I kind of watched John most of the day. Hung out with my dog. And that was about it. Oh, and a new phone. I did do that at the end. That was a big deal. I bought a new phone at the end of the day. Because I've decided I'm going to use a new phone, and I'm going to get another phone plan and see how that works. I mean, I'm not totally unhappy with the quality of my video, but we do have areas where it gets a little patchy. And I'm determined to make that Speedify application work. So it's going to happen. And I could use a new phone anyway, so that's how I justified it in my head. I think it's going up to like 80 degrees today. So it's going to be a good Friday. It's not Good Friday, but it's going to be a good Friday. We already had Good Friday. So happy Friday to all of the office workers, 9-to-5ers. All right, let's go. You go. Let's do it. I have in the back today that I have to worry about a little bit. Not that I worry. I'm not going to worry about it. But the only thing that could possibly slide or go over would be a cake pop. I think I have 30, 38 maybe. I don't remember. I have more cake pops than usual. I don't know why. Lenny's is very interested in cake pops today. I bit my lip yesterday. Have you ever done that? Like not my lip, like inside my mouth. I bit myself yesterday. And I'm feeling it this morning a little bit. I also have a question. If you're watching this now or later and you create shorts on YouTube, my question is, because I just started making more shorts than I did in the past, I've decided that way, like I can just take little shorts out of my drives or things like that. But I like to put music on my shorts, and I know if you keep the short under a minute, that you can use, there's like some kind of policy exception where you can use real music. So I've been doing that, but occasionally I get a warning that tells me the music that I've chosen is not, they're not able to show that video in certain countries. It's usually Russia. I don't know why. Well, one of them was the Star Spangled Banner. That one kind of made sense to me. I think that was the first time I got one of these warnings, and I thought, oh, well, that makes sense. The people over in Russia don't want to be listening to the Star Spangled Banner, or at least their government doesn't want their people to be listening to the Star Spangled Banner. That made sense. So I don't care. Like, I don't care if nobody in Russia can see that video. You know what I mean? So I haven't done anything about it. But YouTube, and I have a couple others. I have a couple other songs that are like not allowed in Russia. So I don't know how to make it so that YouTube stops warning me about that. Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's not a violation. It's not a copyright strike. It's nothing that I need to really be worried about. But they keep sending me this notice to tell me that my video, you know, can't be seen in this, they call it a territory. It can't be viewed in a certain territory. And it's always Russia. So, I mean, I'm sorry to my Russia fans, but I'm just, like, I'm not that worried. I'm more interested in having that song than changing the song so that it can be heard in Russia, you know what I mean? So, if anybody that's watching this, either now or later, can tell me if there is a way to let YouTube know that they can stop sending me that alert. Because it is driving me a little bit crazy. Now I have like 2 or 3 of them have that warning on there. I mean, it is a good warning. If it came on and said, hey, you just put a song on here that can't be played in the United States, I'd be like, all right, well, that's a problem. But I'm not worried about it with Russia. In Reisterstown, we've been driving through Reisterstown and they've been doing some work on the road. So I think this started on Wednesday. Well, it started a week or 2 ago. And they've been grinding down the road so that they can repave it, which is a very good thing because it needed it. And I don't think I'm going to ride through Reisterstown Road today. Maybe tomorrow. But I did notice they've started working on it. They've started laying the new pavement. Which is good. I was never so concerned about a smooth surface on the road. I mean, it's always nice to have. But when you drive a delivery van for a bakery and you have racks of pastries in the back. Hear that rattle? You get that, and you get it on the highway. There's a certain speed because it's higher than. So you might say, well, Craig, how do you even know then? How do you know that the trains make a noise at a speed that's higher than the speed limit? You're going higher than the speed limit. And to that, I would say, mind your own business. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, at a certain speed, they start to hum. There's it's an interesting noise. I'll try to get to that speed today so that you can hear it. If you go over that speed, which of course I've never done, it stops, I believe. And as soon as you go under that speed, it stops. But there's maybe a window of about 2 to 4 miles per hour. You know, maybe a mile per hour above and below, or maybe 2, but it's a very tight window. Excuse me. We see a lot of people from Pennsylvania in the morning coming down. The bakery that we just left 15 minutes ago is maybe, I don't know exactly how far, 10 to 15 miles south of the Pennsylvania line. So there are a good number of people that live right over the line in Pennsylvania. The first town you hit when you're going up is Hanover, Pennsylvania. And so there's a good number of people that live up there, and they work down in Baltimore. Heavier than normal Friday. I was going to cut my hair yesterday too. I didn't do that. I didn't do anything yesterday. I mean, you know, any of my like done type of checklist stuff. I didn't do any of that. I have a little bit of grass in the backyard that I wanted to finish. I didn't do that. I feel like that. Has anybody seen that YouTube short where I think it's the same audio that's over several different videos, but it's like, I think the person's like in therapy or something, and the person is saying, well, did you do this? And the cat or whoever it is that's talking says, no. Did you exercise today? No. Did you? You know, they ask them like 6 or 7 things, and every answer is no. I mean, that's the whole video, but that's what I feel like. I'm basically that video today, or I was yesterday. 6 miles, 6 minutes to I-695. So we are traveling down 795, which is an interstate highway that does not leave the state. I always think that's interesting. I think because it's attached to the interstate system. But basically, this highway just goes from 695, which is the Baltimore Beltway. It circles the city. This highway just goes up into the northwest suburbs, which is where we were, or where we are. 695, which is the Beltway, doesn't actually completely circle the city right now, because that's, if you're familiar with that bridge collapse, I think it was 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Might be 3 now. 4, 5, 6. I think it might be 3 years ago now. But that's the one where the cargo ship hit the support for the bridge, and then the whole thing collapsed. It was very early in the morning. There were no cars on the bridge, which is pretty much a miracle. But there were 6 workers that were killed. But yeah, that happened like 3 years ago, I think now. They're rebuilding it. There is some construction that you can see. I kind of want to go down there and video of it, but every time I think that I want to do a video, I see somebody else that did the video already, and they've done like a fantastic job. So I'm like, oh, I could go down and make a video, but it's going to look stupid compared to this person. Like, I saw somebody who had a drone, all kinds of stuff.
York Gal says good morning.
Hey, good morning, New York girl. Gal. Happy Friday.
York Gal says fun fact. More than 10 billion donuts are produced annually in the U.S., with Americans eating an average of 63 per year.
Wow, that is an interesting fact. So your average person eats 63 donuts a year. Wow. I only have 88. No, wait a minute. I have 92. I have 92 donuts in the van today. So I have one person. I couldn't quite feed 2 people for a year today.
Gal says, so your load fills up 1.5 humans donut intake, smiley face.
Yeah, exactly. I've got 1.5 people. Hey, I'm doing my part. Doing my part. $10 billion, that's a lot. It's a lot of donuts. I have to admit though, I'm really not, I don't eat a lot of donuts. I know. I shouldn't say that. And I certainly do push them enough. But I'm more of a Danish guy. I like a Danish. I like cookies. Cookies are good.
Pork Gal says I don't often, but I did have a Boston cream 2 days ago.
Ah. Yeah, they're good. They're good. The one thing I will say about Bertuco's Bakery is they load up the donuts, like frosty cream, any kind of cream-filled donut that they have. It is loaded with cream. Pretty warm here this morning. We're at 50 degrees now. I didn't get a ton of sleep last night, but I got enough. But I was watching John most. I think I watched until almost 10. I was kind of falling asleep around 10ish. And then I think I woke up at like midnight or something, and I think I still heard him talking. So I don't know if he was. I didn't go online this morning after I got up. So I don't know when he got offline, but I can't believe how long he live streams. It's pretty crazy. Even if he didn't live stream, let's say he wasn't live streaming at all, it's still a long day to DoorDash. I mean, even if that's all you were doing. Green Tree Road is closed. It's not one of the roads that we use. All right, here we are. Made it to Lenny's. All right, here we are. Let me go get the rack first, and then I will move the camera. Just hang in there for a second. I think there was glass in the parking lot. I certainly hope. Just checking out our tires. Did you see that? Look, see that glass in? Hopefully. Oh, look, I'm just going to show this just because I don't know if we rode over that or not, but see that glass in the parking lot? See it? See it? Hopefully we didn't just crash that. Let's hope. That wouldn't be good. All right, stay there. I'll be right back. All right, let's see if they're in the... Oh, I think the guy's back by the sink. Let me in! There we go, he heard me. Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Thank you. I wonder if we even have a spare tire.
It's gonna get warm today.
It is going to be. It feels nice out there now, even.
Yeah, but because good things are the
Oh, yeah.
that's why I have to put this on because I feel cheap.
I know. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But outside there is good.
Now I'm going to be like, staring at the tires every 2 seconds. I'm all paranoid. All right. Let's put you on this door. Boom. There we go. Well, this doesn't have a whole lot here. We got some cookies. Okay, just checking. We got our chocolate top cookies. Danish, there we go. Check that out, you know. We don't have any cakes for them today. They didn't do cakes. More Danish. This one has a couple croissants. I like these Danish with the cheese and strawberry. That's good. Here are all the cake pops. Let's roll these in. Thank you, sir. All right, man. Have a good day. Have a good week. You too. To close this door with you hanging on because you got to slam it. I'm gonna go get this one piece of glass because this thing's gonna give somebody a flat tire. See that? It's not good right there. That is not good. Stuff away. Didn't pull my gimbal out for this. Sorry for the shakiness. All right. Okay. One down. What do we got here? Let's see what we got. All right, off to what today? I'm looking at that screen, that glass. I think I did. I don't think I'm the one that broke the glass, but I do feel like we rode over some of that when I was pulling in. Decent number of people at the gym. Oh, look at that. Nobody's coming. So I think by this time next week, because I have to get my new phone, I think the new phone arrives on Monday, and then I have to get the plan attached to it. I think that just takes a day. And then And then I just have to get the application set up so that it'll connect. So I'll have 2 cellular networks and Starlink combined. We should never buffer. The goal is now. I know that's impossible, but it's still going to be my goal. And you might say, why? Why is it impossible? Well, it's impossible because there's always going to be some spot where there's a weak cell signal, and you are under a tree, or you're in a parking garage, or whatever. You're somewhere where you can't get a satellite signal. So if you don't have a satellite signal and your signals are weak, you're still going to buffer. But we will have it reduced as much as humanly possible. This is one of the longest traffic lights in the United States. And that wasn't even as long as it could be. The bus that was sitting there is experiencing the longer version of it. We've got to come up with a new watch item. You know, the Christmas decorations are going to be down soon. I know there are people that believe they're never coming down. They are. They come up with something else. It's a long way too. I think lights feel longer when you're the only one on the road.
Dangerous says I'm late, I just wake up.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're not that late. We finished. We got Lenny's done. Good morning. Happy Friday morning. what a day. I think I rode over some broken glass in Lenny's parking garage.
Dangerous says you okay.
In Lenny's parking lot, there was a broken bottle. I think I rode over part of it. But so far so good.
Dangerous says, does it hurt tires? Will we wipe it off?
I think it could. It could hurt your tires. I did look at the tires. I didn't see any glass on the tires. I walked around the van real quick and looked at that. So, it doesn't look like anything happened, but I don't think I even had a spare tire in the van. I was thinking about that while I was making that delivery. I don't think I even had a spare tire. Not that I'd feel like changing it anyway, but I think we're okay. I think we are. But yeah, I did look. I looked at the tires. I didn't see anything like...
Toyo 1973 says, good morning, all time for me to start.
Hey,
Chris
Toyo.
Nigel, just a cat, have a good day.
Hey, Toyo. Have a good day. Make some money. Have a good Friday.
Dangerous says, hope van has AAA. Or will be streaming for a while.
We could be streaming for a long time. You're right. Streaming from the side of the road. Oh, you know what I was thinking about doing? Now, I'm not going to make any promises here. But I think today, I'm going to try. I'm not going to do anything live today. But I was thinking about it. You know, we went into the bakery last week. Were you there? Just a Cat, were you with us? I think you were, right? Were you there on the day we went into the bakery? But anyway, we went into the bakery the other day. I can't do that like every day. But
Dangerous says, he Toyo, have a goody day.
But I'm thinking about, I can't really, I mean, it wouldn't be right to stream inside the bakery usually during the day because it's an open kind of bakery, so like customers are coming in. That would be very disruptive. But I could stream in the back where like when I'm washing dishes in the back. Sounds stupid. This sounds stupid even coming out of my mouth, so I don't even know whether I want to say this or not, but I'm going to say it anyway because that's how I am. So I was thinking about streaming from in the back of the bakery when I'm washing dishes. Because I could do that. That black car looks odd there, doesn't it? I think
Dangerous says, I was hoping to see you work like Hell's Kitchen. Lol.
I might. I'm going to take a camera in with me today.
Dangerous says yay.
I'm going to take the phone in with me today, and I'm going to just practice and see if it looks all right.
Dangerous says I cannot wait.
It'd be kind of funny. I'll wear my little plastic apron so my shirt doesn't get wet. Because on a busy day, man, they keep me moving back there sometimes. Well, that's the other thing. I don't know how to kind of get a feel for how people would feel about that.
Dangerous says, do you have to wear a shower cap?
No. Oh.
5760 says Craycray.
No.
At Mukim C says good Friday morning, everyone.
Hey,
From
good
being
morning,
a
guys.
fake doctor to washing dishes. My, how the mighty have fallen.
No, I don't have to wear a cap. Basically, ooh, look, that house burnt down. Did you see that? Or
Mookie Meg.
my. I think we're back, right? I think we are. All right, here we go. Oh, I should have checked the tires while I'm here. I think I will.
Team C says I hope he does not buffer when rinsing off a tray or beater. At Morgan Long 5760 says buffering like a 90s Dell desktop. I am dangerous says hi at Morgan Long 5760 good morning.
We are back, right? I think we are. Hang on, I'm just going to check the tires real quick.
Team C says we are back.
Good, very good. All right. Wow, it smells like flowers.
Dangerous says he NY gal at Mukim C good morning. At Hala 6448 says good morning everyone.
Hey, good morning, Hala.
I am dangerous says wear your coat.
No, it's not. It's 60 degrees. Well, 56 now. Look at that big black bird. Do you see that over there? No, you probably can't. Hold on. See?
Team C says what is the issue with the tires?
Look at that giant black bird. I can't.
Short gal says good morning everyone.
Anyway,
I am dangerous says he good morning at Hala 6448.
that is a giant bird over there. Let's go there. Okay. All right, here we go. The tire thing. So when I was at Lenny's and pulled into their parking lot,
I'm dangerous says that's a duck.
it's not a duck. Oh look, he's come down to the road now. That's not a duck. It did kind of look like a duck though.
Hala 6448 says is check the tires real quick code for peeing on the side of the road.
Oh my god. Well, it wasn't, but that's a great idea actually.
Team C says good morning at justacat.cs2 and at NYGAL 333 and at Hala 6448 and the giant bird.
Woo! And the giant bird. Again? Did we buffer again?
6448 says morning.
I think we're back. All right, here we go.
6448 says good morning NYGAL. Canlon 5760 says sounds like a Robert problem if I've ever heard one.
So I have a question for Hala and New York Gal. It's related to shorts. I know you guys create a lot of shorts. And my question is, do you have shorts where you've applied music, you've added music to the short?
Team C says I already hit the thumbs up button, but the buffering is making me rethink the situation.
But, so do you have cases where you put a song on your short and YouTube is telling you that it's not allowed in some territories? Like I get this warning that a couple of my videos can't be viewed in Russia, and I really don't care. But do you know if there's a way to stop them from sending you that warning?
Orc Gal says yes. They automatically alert you. I am dangerous says I guess I'm Havetta hit the unlike here too.
But but can you stop that from happening? Like, or does it just build up? Like I get a thing that I page on my studio, YouTube studio, that keeps telling me about it. I'm like, I wish there was somebody who could say.
Orc Gal says no, it's automatic. It cannot.
Oh man, that's annoying. You can't stop it from telling you about it. Do you know what I mean? Like in the studio, there's that one section where it warns you about stuff like that.
Orc Gal says just delete the notification. At Hala6448 says I get that from my long-form videos, usually 3 territories. At MorganLong5760 says Facebook does it too, which is annoying when they're the ones who usually recommend the audios.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay. I do. I go in and I dismiss
says
it.
You need to include more Russian songs.
I know, it's weird. Well, I guess. You never want to move to Russia, though. You're going to miss out on a lot of YouTube shorts.
Team C says if it makes you feel any better, I think most of your videos are unwatchable no matter what the music is. I kid. New York Gal says you want them to tell you though. Really means you won't get as many views cause less eyes will see.
Yeah.
At Hala6448 says I don't get it from shorts but I use their music. I am dangerous says my friends in Russian have watched you. I share vids and s-horts.
Yeah, okay.
Dangerous says lol I'm laughing.
Well, anyway. All right. I was hoping there was a way to permanently dismiss it, because every time I go into YouTube Studio, I'm like, dismiss, 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 and then it comes back up the next time. So, anyway. No, I'd rather like leave the music in there. One of them was the one where I have the Star Spangled Banner. I figured I understood that one. And it's always Russia.
+6448 says where are you getting the music you are using?
I usually download the music. I mean, the regular songs. Like even the one I did yesterday. But I download it from Amazon. I get it from Amazon, whatever that is, music, download. They cost like $1.29.
Quincy says you could try to sing or hum the music yourself.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea. I think I'll do that. Maybe I'll learn how to play an instrument. You know? This is where that would have come in real handy if I just, when I was little, I used to play the trumpet. I should have kept it up. That would have worked for the Star Spangled Banner too.
Dangerous says he goody morning at Cameron's Ways double hazy. Kelcat says well, you had a trumpet.
I did have a trumpet.
He says perhaps the juice harp or a kazoo. At Hollis6448 says try using their music from YouTube. If it's 1 minute, no issues.
Song. I mean, they don't give me a copyright strike. It's just not allowed in a certain territory. Yeah, Cameron Swayze. I had a trumpet when I was in elementary school.
And Dangerous says, is that thing you blow into?
It is something that you blow into, yes. It's a horn. It's basically a horn. Fancy horn. I mean, okay, maybe I never...
says, what's it called? At Hollis6448 says, good morning, Cameron.
What's it called? It's called a trumpet. I had a trumpet when I was little. Not for a long time. I wasn't like a professional trumpet player, but I had a trumpet. I should have learned how to play the piano. If I had it to do over again, that's what I would do.
Dangerous says no, it's small. At Morganlong5760 says yeah, I'm gonna need you to get one and serenade us up front every day at 12 with the national anthem.
Yeah.
At Mooking C says when Craig pulls over to check his tires, he also plays the trumpet. Hellcat says good morning all. At Hollis6448 says you both had sweet first rides. Thanks for sharing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Hellcat has been exposed. Yeah, Cameron Swayze, now that you've seen that picture, do you think that's Kelly Davies? I tried to Google Kelly.
Dangerous says play the trumpet while washing dishes. Hellcat says and don't forget the suspenders.
I probably was wearing those suspenders when I played the trumpet. Think about that. Do you think?
Dangerous says lol. Hellcat says that is definitely Kelly Davies. At Moose says good morning. At Cameron's Ways double hazy.
I tried to Google her, but I couldn't really find her. I thought I should at least send her a message if I could find her name somewhere, but I couldn't. There's like some real estate agent named Kelly Davies, but I don't think that's her.
Dangerous says just suspenders so your shirt doesn't get soaked when you wash dishes.
No, they give me like this little plastic apron thing that I can wear. You'll like it if I it's very stylish. Oh look, she's got my look. It's good if I put it in park. I gotta grab. I can get the. I get the camera.
In a Smoky Blues club on Wednesday night. That's why we don't see him on Thursday. At Morgan Long 5760 says, should me and Maddie record a behind the scenes outfit of the day so you can show off your apron?
I'm thinking about it. I gotta shift this stuff around here. Let's go. I'm gonna take a camera into the bakery today. Play around with it in the back. See if I can make that work. I mean, I'll have a Wi-Fi signal. Oh, crumb cake. Crumb cake down here. Who the heck is making crumb cake for these people? Donuts. Whoop. That's how I'm trying to show. I'm trying to like nonchalantly show off my donuts. John delivered. John delivered I think he delivered maybe a half a dozen donuts yesterday, and he was very proud of himself. Look at that, cinnamon buns, baby. Look at those. Check out my buns. All right, we're going in. We're going in. Caution, wet floor. You can watch me clean these trays. Thank you. See you later. Hey, how are you? Have a good day.
Bond looks good. Angela.-code5B says, good morning, Paula. Now said by one that pretty kettle one. Okay, all of them. I am dangerous says, good morning at Angela.-code5B.
Okay, here we go. With milk, what are we getting with milk?
Angela.-code5B says, good morning, Ruthie.
Yesterday, John went to someplace called Captain Cookie. Captain Cookie. All right, deliveries are done. Let's see, we don't need to get gas today, so we're going to head back to the bakery.
Angela.-code5B says, good morning, just a cat.
Is that Angela? Angela's in the van. Angela's in the van. All right, here we go. Oh, do you think I should look at the tires one more time? Yeah, let me do it.
Related to Captain Crunch.
All right.
At Angela.co5b says, what time is it? Hi, Craig.
We're all good. It is 6:25 a.m.
Hellcat says another pee break. Remember, there are cameras back there.
Oh, I can put that away.
Team C says, I had a Pop-Tart the other day and thought of Craig and how he would be his toy. I think I may have problems.
What kind of Pop-Tart was it? I mean, I like Pop-Tarts.
Paula6448 says, did I miss something? Why is Craig obsessed with tires today?
All right, so here's the...
At Moxieman says, and y'all don't want to end up on YouTube or something, lol. I am dangerous,
Hey,
says lol
Moxieman.
Pop-Tart. I am dangerous, says I'm laughing.
What kind of Pop-Tart? I need to know. Like, was it the kind with the cream inside, chocolate cream?
Dangerous, says it Moxieman. Hellcat says, we had a dog that loved Pop-Tarts.
We did. We did. Schroeder. His name was Schroeder. Schroeder loved a good Pop-Tart. And we fed him the chocolate ones. I don't know if that was good for him, but he ate the chocolate ones and he survived.
At Moxieman says, just a few cats.
All right, we're going. But the reason for the tire obsession is that when I pulled in Lenny's parking lot this morning, I think I drove over some glass.
Dangerous, says a stray cat. I am dangerous, says lol.
There was some broken glass in the parking lot. I think I drove over it.
Seaman says winking face. Hellcat says, I mean, how much chocolate is really in a Pop-Tart?
Exactly, that's true. That's true. It's not really chocolate.
At Mukim C says no creams. The brown sugar cinnamon one and sometimes s'mores.
Oh, yeah.
At Morganlong5760 says, see y'all later alligator, I'm going back to sleep, wouldn't want to be grumpy later.
All right, Morgan. Thanks for stopping in. The brown sugar cinnamon's good. I like that one. Do you eat all the crust? Like, do you eat around the edges?
Says Pop-Tart is a mystery to me. 48 says fudge frosted are the best part. Don't give me any of that fruit crap.
Do you eat around the edge? Or do you just bite it like...
Seaman says, I got shocked by a burning Pop-Tart in the toaster lol. At Mukim C says, rest well. At Morganlong5760. I am dangerous says, have a good day. At Morganlong5760, have a good sleep.
Pop-Tart. Pop-Tarts, here's the only problem, okay? The only problem is a Pop-Tart has absolutely no nutritional value at all. It really doesn't. I mean, I hate...
6448 says, I don't regular glass will affect your tires.
No, it looks like it did. I think you're right. There were a couple of pieces in the...
Dangerous says, I want a Pop-Tart to burn.
To burn? You don't want to eat it, you just want to burn it. Hey, have you ever put a peep, you know, the marshmallow peeps? Have you ever put a peep in the microwave?
It says it has a nutrition section on the box and everything.
It does, But look at it. There's nothing there.
Team C says I nibble the edges first.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
Dangerous says same Mookie. Plus 6448 says I used to eat Pop-Tarts raw, without warming them. At Moxieman says I always throw the edges away.
Oh, you've completely thrown them away. Well, that's because you burn your Pop-Tarts. If you don't burn them, then the edges are edible.
Seaman says yeah.
But if you haven't put peep in the micro stereo, I had a lady in the office.
Says at Holla, I thought you said you ate Pop-Tarts without warning them.
Warming or warning? Do you need to warn a Pop-Tart that you're going to eat it?
Seaman says lol.
I'm going to eat you now. Get ready.
I am dangerous says lol no burnt Pop-Tart is good in at the edges. At Austin says lots of people been eating them raw. Hellcat says Holla said warming. I heard it is warning.
How did Rosie say it? I think she said warming. I heard warming.
Plus 6448 says yes. Any marshmallow in the microwave does superhuman things.
It's hysterical. The first time I ever saw it, it was a lady in the office that I worked with, and she's like, "Hey, look at this," and I could not stop laughing. It was a peep, and it just became enormous. I was like crying. I was laughing so hard.
Oxyman says peeps on YouTube lol.
Oh, that would be a good thing to eat. Are there people?
Dangerous says
YouTube
my brother
that?
used to put it in the toaster oven and I hit it with a fork when it comes out.
That would be something that you could.
Team C says it took me 2 years to adjust my toaster dial to the right spot for the perfect Pop-Tart doneness, and my niece came over and turned the dial. I've never been so mad. At Moxieman says just a cat. That's bad. At Holla 6448 says aluminum foil in the microwave also put on an amazing show.
You're not supposed to put aluminum foil in the microwave. Isn't that dangerous? This is not cooking advice. Oh my God. Did you really do that? Oh my goodness.
M dangerous says guys. Seaman says I woke up to an expert baker delivering burnt Pop-Tarts. Hellcat says never wrap a peep in aluminum foil and put it in the microwave.
That would be a show.
At Mukim C says the right move is to do the opposite of everything in this chat. I am dangerous says Discord cooking advice. At Holla 6448 says I am surprised you didn't mark the toaster for the Pop-Tart sweet spot Mookie.
Yeah, I know, Mookie. You should have made a mark on it. Especially after 2 years. Hard. Well, and is the right spot for a Pop-Tart the same regardless of what type of Pop-Tart? Like, is a Pop-Tart for cinnamon the same as the Pop-Tart for the chocolate and cream?
Dangerous says I need foil and peeps. At Holla6448 says or take a photo of the dial.
Yeah, that's an idea too. That's a good idea too. There's somebody in that bus sitting in the left-hand side. You probably can't see, but they're like swaying back and forth, like they must be listening to music or something.
Seaman says I wish they had real fillings.
What do you mean? Like the cream is in cream? Or the fruit?
At Holla6448 says don't forget bread and cheese for the shopping list, just a hat. I am dangerous says filling or real. At Mukim C says I learned my lesson. It's now super glued. I have a specific toaster for Pop-Tarts only. Okay, hee.
Toaster. That's the PTT, the Pop-Tart toaster.
Samantha Goodness says good morning smiley face.
Hey, good morning, Kendra. Happy Friday. If you've ever had an off-brand Pop-Tart,
Naku594 says good morning.
you'll know they're not good. They hardly have any filling. Have you ever had one? Like a off-brand Pop-Tart? Don't ever do it.
Samantha Goodness says lol yes. Holla6448 says what's the timing of the Pop-Tart smoothie? Is it incorporated into your shave routine? At Mukim C says good morning. At Consumetha Goodness and at Donaku594. Do you have a favorite Pop-Tart? I am dangerous says good morning at Consumetha Goodness at Donaku594. At Holla6448 says good morning Kendra. At Donaku594 says I put Pop-Tarts in the freezer to make them more chewy. At Moxieman says I don't care, they were my go-to snack in the military while deployed. Always had staved off hunger with those things.
I don't think they're very high in protein though. I think they're lacking in protein and any kind of significant vitamin or mineral.
Holla6448 says that's brilliant Donaku. At Moxieman says military runs on tarts. At Consumetha Goodness says I don't eat Pop-Tarts anymore, but my favorite was always cherry. At Donaku594 says like other thing I think even a bad Pop-Tart is good. Hellcat says yeah, the meat Pop-Tarts never sold well.
Meat Pop-Tarts. Well, isn't a Hot Pocket sort of like a meat Pop-Tart? Sort of. Just a different name.
Samantha Goodness says in the toaster, then butter spread and melted on top. Yum. At Mukim C says the Pop-Tart cooking starts 2 minutes after I apply my second layer of facial talc. At Paula 6448. At Consummate Goodness says a meat Pop-Tart haha. Hellcat says a hot pocket is a mouth destruction device. At Donaku 594 says Jerry Seinfeld is a funny set about Pop-Tarts.
It's a weapon.
At Moxieman says our UK viewers know what meat pie is. I am dangerous says EEW meat Pop-Tart.
A weapon of meat destruction.
6448 says we need a spam Pop-Tart. What better way to start the day? Yeah, that would be good. Do you put ketchup on a spam Samantha Goodness says haha. At Moxieman says Pop-Tart emoji needed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Pop-Tarts.
Cat says a weapon of mouth destruction.
Oh my God.
Dangerous says no spam Pop-Tart. Kuku 594 says you can put them in your pocket, try that with a donut. At Consummate Goodness says haha.
It's not going to work with a donut.
At Moxieman says too funny here today, how smart are we? At Mukim C says is that what you call it when you check your tires, Craig? A weapon of meat destruction.
No. Oh my God.
6448 says if you put a popsicle stick through a Pop-Tart, is it a Pop-Tart pop? At Consummate Goodness says ha ha ha.
No, but did you ever try to get your Pop-Tart out of the toaster and you couldn't get it out, like you're afraid to put a fork in there because you're going to electrocute yourself? Did that ever happen? Has that thought ever crossed your mind? Don't ever put a fork in the toaster.
Seaman says yep. I am dangerous says spam meat Pop-Tart lolly.
Well,
Seaman says it has, I said that earlier. Hellcat says if you do it with a lemon Pop-Tart, it would be a tart Pop-Tart pop.
But how do you eat it? Do you lick it? Do you lick it? I mean,
Samantha Goodness says star Pop-Tarts.
We should open a restaurant.
Dangerous says lol Moxieman. Hellcat says how many licks it take to get to the center of the tart Pop-Tart pop. At Mukim C says a fork in the toaster is why Craig can't play the trumpet anymore. At Consummate Goodness says haha, that's so gross to think about. Licking a Pop-Tart until it's soggy enough to melt in your mouth or what?
So you've got all the bread just covered with spit. Yeah, that would be pretty.
Seaman says G9 row 9N Ramsey would be yelling send it you muppet.
Wow. You never see Pop-Tarts in restaurants, though. You know, sometimes you go to a diner and they'll have like little boxes of cereal, but they never had Pop-Tarts. Why? Actually, this discussion is why.
Paula6448 says, have you ever used a metal fork to loosen a stuffed Pop-Tart while in a bubble bath? At Moxieman says kids would inly order them. I am dangerous says this worst breakfast Pop-Tart cooking tutorial lol. Hellcat says maybe they did but you weren't fast enough.
I think we should have a restaurant where we just serve Pop-Tarts. There are stores where you can only, where they just sell Peeps.
King C says you can't get gourmet food at a diner. At Moxieman says Pop-Tart cart.
Pop-Tart cart. Like a street vendor in New York selling Pop-Tarts. You get one of those toasters with a whole lot of slots. All right, let's...
6448 says I also noticed no one uses Pop-Tart for a pet name for a loved one.
Yeah, what's up with that? I think it would be a cute name.
Dangerous says Street Yacht.
I wouldn't mind being called Pop-Tart.
Hellcat says are selling Pop-Tarts out of the back of a bakery van.
I mean, you could call me Pop-Tart if you wanted to. It's the same.
King C says a pop-up Pop-Tart truck in a park.
Still the same.
Pork Gal says best Pop-Tart is brown sugar.
I think brown sugar
I
wins.
am dangerous says oh my gosh I'm called bogey Pop-Tart. At Holla6448 says I bet there are pop-up Pop-Tart spots here in NY.
There could be. They're very easy, you know? They're easy food. Easy to make, easy to carry. They're like the perfect food.
Team C says agreed. At Nigel333. At Holla648 says brown sugar.
I think brown sugar wins the favorite of the chat.
Naku594 says they shortened pet name to Tart but did not catch on for some reason. I am dangerous says I only had chocolate.
Chocolate, the chocolate bread type where the crust is chocolate or chocolate cream inside?
Seaman says by far I like that one. Hellcat says they don't make my favorite anymore.
What was that? What was your favorite? Now, say if John was here, we could say, what's your favorite? And he would say he doesn't have a favorite. We just have to throw that out there.
Dangerous says the chelate with the dry cement top.
The what?
6448 says sure. Hell, why do you a store? Just hook up the toaster to a street lamp and you're good to go. At Moxieman says lol. Cat says chocolate with vanilla cream. It was replaced by cookies and cream, but it's not the same.
Oh, yeah.
At Nuking C says I once tried a store brand Pop-Tart called a Bang Flat Cake, and it was awful. At Consummate the Goodness says did you see that they make double stuffed Pop-Tarts now?
No.
At Moxieman says use a lighter under it. At Donaku594 says John would not want to alienate strawberry people.
He would, though. If you said what's your favorite, he would definitely not have one.
6448 says I think you may be referring to the fudge flavor.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, Cameron. I think that was probably my favorite one.
The 6448 says double stuff for 2 times the badness. Hellcat says that was Schroeder's go to Pop-Tart as well.
Yeah, it was. I think the double stuff sounds good to me. You can never have too much stuff.
Naku594 says new Splash Super Stuffed Pop-Tarts is being released this month.
Super stuff.
At Mukim C says this is the longest Pop-Tart conversation that I have ever experienced. I am dangerous, says lol.
I want a hexy stuff. Aqua stuff. That's what I want, aqua stuff. Octa stuff, not aqua. Octa stuff. Or wooden, or maybe Deca stuff.
Or gal says hashtag Pop-Tarts matter.
Well,
That says only stuff is a cup with a spoon. At Donaku594 says adding them to my DoorDash order will report back. At Hollis6448 says what's your feelings on Nutella on crackers? Is it like homemade Pop-Tarts?
you know, I've never had Nutella. I know it's weird, right? But I've never eaten Nutella. At least not that I'm aware of. It might have been in something that I ate, but I've never intentionally eaten it.
Samantha Goodness says WHAAAAA. King C says if you could buy a Pop-Tart without the crust edge, would you go for it? At Hollis6448 says what? They brought it to the moon. Hellcat says we need a Pop-Tart and Nutella collaboration.
I don't know. I think I would want the edges. I think I would. Tunnel and Doom. All the cows are hanging out in this area next to the Tunnel of Doom. I think they've figured out that they're not on camera if we're in the Tunnel of Doom.
Naku594 says Nutella is addictive. Best to not start.
Is it made with peanut butter? I know it's like a chocolate peanut butter thing, right? But is there actual peanut butter in it?
Naku594 says hazelnut. Hellcat says it's hazelnut.
Oh. Huh. No, never had it.
6448 says Craig like his Pop-Tarts like the way he lives his life, on the edge.
I like the edge. I do. I feel like if you took the edge away,
Dangerous says ooh.
what would you hold on to? You're just going to hold on to the stuff?
Chilla.co5b says I miss the Christmas house, what there? I am dangerous says I might have tried it. Hellcat says did you ever try the peanut butter Pop-Tarts?
No, I didn't. I did not. You know, the Captain Cookie.
Team C says give the gas station attendant a Pop-Tart the next time you see her. Just one, out of the wrapper. I Am Dangerous says what I like peanut butter. A lot. Hellcat says they were good, limited time only.
Oh, I'll go with, I'll make sure that I have like crumbs all over my face from the other Pop-Tart. So I'll eat the other Pop-Tart
Dangerous
first.
says lol at Mo.
And I'll get like chocolate on my face and stuff, and then I'll hand her the other Pop-Tart. I'll hand her the one that's left.
Dangerous says Mookie.
Oh my goodness. All right, folks. Well, it was educational today. It really was.
Short Gal says do not lick hers. At Angela.co5b says what's at the Christmas house.
The Christmas house.
Hellcat says nibble the crust off first.
The Christmas
At
house.
Hala6448 says that sounds romantic. I Am Dangerous says fun you guys. Thank you so much, Craig.
The Christmas
Good day
house
all.
was the same. The Christmas house was the same today. So, same as yesterday. So there's a little bit left in that left-hand side. The two choir people are there.
Dangerous says romance with Pop-Tart.
Snoopy's gone. The little tree is
I
on the
Am
one
Dangerous
side.
says hee hee.
All right, guys. I'm going to end the stream now. I'm going to test
Short
out.
Gal says BIE.
I'm taking my camera in there. I'm going to test out the dishes. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I mean, I'm going to test it, but I don't know.
6448 says it might earn you the pet name Pop-Tart that you always dreamed of. At Mookim C says thanks for the ride, Craig.
All right,
Take
everybody.
care, everyone.
Be good,
At
everybody.
Consummate
Have a
Goodness
great day.
Says bye, haha.
I'll
I Am
talk to you all
Dangerous
later.
says come back, Craig.
I'll talk to you guys later. Oops, that's where I'm going.